Dan here. I have an early and busy day, but I did have some time to share with you guys something fun. And I figured I would pop online real fast and do that. All right, so today I'm going to talk about shifting positions on the guitar and how sliding is probably a lot of the time we're talking about getting at more of the fretboard or whatever, but a great way to do that is to actually have a slide lead you to that new spot. Okay, so if you're looking at ideas about shifting, if you went right now, I'm shifting positions as they come down. All right, I came all the way down. So using usually the index finger or the ring finger, right? Those are very popular for me, all right? I mean, you can slide on any finger, frankly, but, right, that's middle fingers. That's a ring finger. Okay, so today's example is going to be, obviously I love to feed you guys little Grateful Dead snacks. So here we're gonna start with this number. What is it? Okay, it's been a little while since I've done that, but we should talk about it because I know it's a good example of it, right? So you can see Garcia is shifting down the neck to various spots, okay? So the lick starts out here. This is the opening to Alabama Getaway. Middle finger, at least is the way I play it, is middle finger on the E at the 14th fret, D string, and I go. So I'm just using the index in the middle, okay? So middle, and then I shift to the G string, the third of the E chord. We're playing over an E chord. That's it. That's the opening to Alabama Getaway. All right. I'm on the bridge pickup of my Strat with kind of a mid-range heavy, super distortion, kind of distortion plus kind of sound. 70s, late 70s, early 80s kind of gain. All right. So a lot of mid-range and not a lot of treble or bass. So I'm going to walk up 3 to 4. This is relative to the E note here. All right, so that's E, G sharp, A. Bend up to the B. I'll often find myself doing repeated upstrokes on the, and try to get a little bit of that squawkery kind of harmonic kind of sound. Okay, then we're going to get to probably the hardest little lick in there. It's going to be. Just a bend on this D. So we're bending up from D to E. Okay. C, D, back to the A, and then back to C. And then we're going to back step our index finger to this B note. And then roll our index finger to grab the G. Okay, so now we've got. Sorry. Okay, so it's a lot of little shucking and jiving on the G and the B string as we kind of slide back into various positions. So we start out in this E, and we're moving back to a D sound. Right? Then we're going to slide back again, okay? chord, we're kind of coming through this, then here, and then here. Back to A. Okay? Ah, it's tough. That's it. Okay, so we're going to be sliding back on the index finger. Right there, okay? And that's our big position shift. Okay, again. So it's basically the same little trick done down 2 frets. But here's the thing, when we're coming here, we're not playing it over the E chord anymore. We're kind of going, but we're doing it with the index finger to shift, okay? Okay, and it gives it this rapid fire kind of almost like Chuck Berry updated. It's like Chuck Jerry kind of thing. Granted, those tones aren't right for those parts, but that's what's happening there. Okay, so sorry to keep repeating myself, but I think you probably will have a hard time grabbing this. That's probably the hardest part. There's position shift with the slide and just a couple of hoppy ones, okay? And we're kind of going down the various places. If you try to play this like going across the strings, I find it to be much harder. I can't even remember how to do it like that, because this just makes so much more sense for me going down from E to D to D to A. So the sooner you start to see the E position being here and the D chord being played over here, right? Then a D chord starts here. That's all over the D chord. Some little sassy. All right, Garcia's got a slightly exaggerated vibrato. Sometimes it's very kind of wide and fast, and it's a little hard to emulate for me. My vibrato is different than his. Vibratos are kind of like fingerprints, you know, they're somewhat unique. I'm sure there are people that have spent the time to ape the man's vibrato, but this line is really kind of clever, okay? But so if we were looking at let's just make that a little loop real fast for us to work with. All right, it's not the best. Try to make it a little thicker here. 1, 2, 1. So it'll be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's a bad loop. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is how I practice. Okay, so look, I know that that's kind of boring to watch me play the same thing over and over again, but people will often ask, like, how do you get good? All right, the answer is over and over and over again, repetition until you almost can't play it wrong. All right, the thing that's weird is you'll start to gather repertoire, like little licks and things like this, and you'll put them away, and then you have to dust them off. So I kind of did that this morning. I was thinking, God damn it, I kind of like that a little bit. How does that go again? And I had to think about it a little bit. All right, but it's quite crafty how the man is shifting down here. You can hear the slide in the line. Now there's some where it's like a clean hop, okay? And that's kind of a skill unto itself. That's really the slide. So there's only one place where that note exists here, right? Because I don't think it's being played all the way up here. I just think it sounds like he's coming down to that little area, and it only makes sense that it would like E to D 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and so. So once we shift here, we're gonna go okay like that. So we're going from this D to this kind of C, like, right? So that's D major. Kind of a D7 sound there that's implied through those notes. Remember that next time I have to play Alabama Getaway. Okay, so anyway, the shifting of positions through the slides and the little jumps is really quite helpful to remember how to do that. Okay, and that's all taking place on the G and the B strings. So we have while the middle finger is doing something, we kind of think about, okay, lift off the index finger and get ready to hop. That one's these are the tough ones where we roll. Hear that I'm getting a slight harmonic overtone on a couple of the notes. That plus if you use the right kind of fuzz style distortion to create the sound, and you roll off enough of the tone, like it sounds kind of nice when you kind of really roll it off, right? We're kind of accessing a lot of those pinch harmonics, either from the flesh of your thumb kind of hanging over this side, or from the flesh of your index finger on the upstroke. Now, an upstroke pinch harmonic is kind of a different, like the Billy Gibbons style kind of. We can all kind of do that probably, those downward pinch harmonics, but an upward pinch harmonic is a little different. So. Those are all upstrokes. find the sweet spot that's kind of right here, and then you kind of have to move your pick down with you if you want the harmonics to follow you. I'm just trying to hit as many as I can to figure out where they are, and then I can pick and choose as I, make my way down the neck. Ah. So we're working our way all the way down the neck. Kind of a fun line. Anyway, just wanted to tune in real fast and share that poorly delivered lesson with you. Sorry, I'm a little rusty on it, but I guess it's time for me to polish up my Alabama Getaway stuff. The solo, in there is pretty cool too. It's that whole I forget how it goes. It's quite aggressive actually. I really like his guitar playing in the song, even though that isn't my favorite era of composition for the band. It's pretty kick-ass song. It's just, I think it's kind of often maligned by people. I don't know why. I enjoyed hearing it when I was a kid growing up. But all right, so I guess I'm gonna get out of here fast. I have a lesson starting in 20 minutes, so I'm gonna get ready for that and get a coffee and some water and stuff. But just wanted to say a quick hello. Today if you are a student today, Mitchell, I'll see you at 5. Other than that, I had to cancel everybody in the middle of the day. I have to go into the city for some doctor's appointments and stuff like that with my wife. If anybody's curious, this is what the clean sound would sound like here. I'm on the bridge pickup of the Strat, and right now I'm on 10. But this sound is kind of tailored to the Alabama Getaway lead sound, right? So usually if I'm doing that, I'll make it so the guitar at full blast sounds correct. And it has a lot of singing. But you do need it to have enough high end to go. You get some of those skrinky, kind of high-pitched, squealy harmonic things in there. Yeah. That's like a little tongue twister, man. That is not the most intuitive thing. Yeah. Lots. Later.